And we want to welcome everybody to the Duster Dome. We are here for the Beaver River Invitational Championship Games. And we are now getting ready for our national anthem.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, well, we're ready for some championship basketball as we are here live at the Duster Dome here in Beaver, Oklahoma. Our girls championship, a couple of Beaver County teams going to go at it tonight as the Balko Lady Bison will take on the Turpin Lady Cardinals. My name is Jason Epp. I'm here with Gary Corbin, who will have our color with us. And as we get ready here, we'll have the starters for both teams. First, looks like they'll be announcing Turpin. The starters for Turpin: a senior, number 10, Allison Weber. A senior, number 14, Riley Leonard. A senior, number 20, Jenna Buller. A senior, number 24, Callie Jones. And a senior, number 25, Lizette Aquino. Lady Cardinals come into this contest 5-0. Their head coach is Travis Smaltz. He is assisted by Hutton Parsons. And now the starting lineup for the Balko Lady Bison. A junior, number 5, Sawyer Stockton. A senior, number 11, Caroline Olvera. Number 15, a sophomore, Emily Trentham. A junior, number 23, Caitlin Gonzalez. And a sophomore, number 24, Aspen Freeman. The Lady Bison come into the contest 5-1. They are coached by head coach Brittany Johnson, and she is assisted by Monty Regier. Corey, what are your thoughts about these two teams as we head into this championship game?
Both these teams are high-quality basketball teams. Having seen Balko already this year, they're going to want to get up and push the tempo, force the pace. They're going to probably play full-court defense. Very good outside shooting basketball team. Turpin, I haven't had a chance to really sit down and watch extensively, but just from years past, they've still got a lot of the same girls that are extremely athletic, very, very athletic basketball team.
And shoot the ball pretty well, too, overall as a team. And from what we've seen so far of them this year, they do like to press and push as well. So we'll see which team's style will work better. Really very similar styles. Leonard with the ball. Gives it off to Jones. Leonard into the lane, now back outside. Man pressure now into the post. Buller faces up, kicks it back outside. Into the lane to Aquino. Even though not very tall, she's a threat in that lane. Outside shot, three-pointer by Weber, rims out, rebounded by Buller, kicks it back outside to Jones. Jones with the drive, has it knocked away momentarily, gets it back, ball into the corner to Leonard. Aquino with the drive, puts up the left-handed shot, gets it to roll over the rim and in.
Very good attacking the basket. Turpin's going to put some pressure on full court.
Now back the other way, Balko's first offensive possession. Stockton Leaves it for Freeman. Freeman dives inside, back outside, open for the three. Aquino forces her to step inside, misses the long two, no good. Olvera comes away with the ball to keep possession. There's another three, no good. Rebounded on the backside, though, by Olvera. Almost a steal there by Leonard. Baseline jumper by Freeman, no good. Ball loose. Balko comes away with it again.
It's 4 consecutive offensive rebounds.
Shot put up in the lane by Olvera. She'll go to the line as she was fouled.
One thing with the Balko girls, Jason, they're going to have to get out on those three-point shots. Balko will definitely shoot a lot of them, and what that creates is a lot of rebounding opportunities for the undersized team as Balko is. And that first possession, that was a lot of offensive rebounds.
Jones will be called for her first foul, team's first foul. Olvera sinks the first free throw and gets the second as well. 6:22 to play here in the first quarter. We're all tied up at 2 apiece. Jones gets the screen from Buller, takes a shot near the free throw line, leaves it short. Olvera with the rebound. She'll bring it across midcourt. Backdoor pass, shot is up and good. Nice transition offense.
Very nice pass from Olvera.
That was Freeman who laid that up and in. So Leonard with the ball on the wing, leaves it for Jones. Now Aquino with it. Back outside to Jones. She'll get the screen. Dives inside, kicks it out. Leonard open for three from the corner. It's good.
Very good shot.
And Turpin retakes the lead, 5-4, 5.5 to play here in the first quarter. A little bit of full court pressure. Olvera brings it across the timeline. She'll drive the lane, puts it up off the glass, can't get it to roll in. Aquino with the rebound. Lady Cardinals back the other way. Leaves it for Jones. Now to Weber. And they'll run this weave trying to find the matchup that they like. Leonard steps back for three off the screen, drains it. Back-to-back three for the Lady Cardinals, and they've doubled up the Lady Bison 8-4.
We talked about the three-point shooting from Balko, and it's Turpin that's came out shooting lights out.
Here's another three from the corner from Freeman, no good. Rebounded on the backside, though. Drive, tied up, has to kick it back outside. Now Olvera with it, gives up her dribble. Pass inside, tipped away by Jones. Balko gets it back, though. Three from the wing. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Olvera and put back up.
The offensive rebounding, Turpin's going to have to get some bodies on that board.
And it's Olvera doing a lot of that, the shortest person on the court.
It definitely is.
Weber spins at the free throw line, drives, right-handed layup, draws a foul.
It's going to be on Olvera.
And they do call that on Olvera. That is her first foul, team's first foul. So it will be Allison Weber at the line for two shots. Gets that first one to drop in. Coming into the game for the Lady Cardinals is sophomore number 3, Abby Buller. Buller really became one of their better players at the end of last year as a freshman. As that free throw's missed, but she had to miss some of the early games with an injury, but has gotten back into the swing of things here in the tournament. Olvera with the ball out top. Goes baseline, pulls up, blocked from behind by Weber. Weber comes away with it, long pass ahead to Jones. Jones puts up the three. It's good.
Another three.
And Turpin is hot from behind the three-point line. Ball loose, grabbed by Abby Buller.
Might want to cover that three-point line.
Jones open on the backside, couldn't get it under control. She wanted to put it up. They'll give it to Buller on the block. Kick back outside. Aquino drives in, puts it up off the glass. It's good. 14-6, Turpin builds the lead. 3 minutes here still in the first quarter. Olvera with the ball. Tapped away by Jones, and she's going to be called for her second foul.
And that could be a pretty big foul going forward. Olvera's been able to get around almost anybody out there on the perimeter so far early in the game and get right to the basket. That's going to be something definitely to watch going through the stretch of this game. If she can keep getting wide open to the basket, that could be critical.
There's a pass into the lane, shot up. No good, but a foul will be called on Leonard. That'll be her first.
Third team foul against Turpin.
And they are an aggressive team. They tend to get a few fouls with that aggressive style. First free throw, no good.
Just watching Balko early in this year, Sawyer Stockton here at the free throw line has been one of their best scorers, and if you've watched what Turpin's done early in this game, they've almost shadowed her everywhere that she's gone. One thing you definitely don't want to do is put her at the free throw line and let her shooter start getting some shots early in a game.
And she sinks both of those, and they're having trouble with the scoreboard. They keep putting it on, putting stuff on the wrong side a couple of times.
Kind of keeping track in my head, trying.
Kemper post into the game for Turpin. Ball loose, back out to post. She'll drive baseline, gives it off inside to Moses. Shelby Moses, who also came into the game. No good on the shot. Back the other way. Stockton with it.
Back door was open that time, just a little late on the pass. Turpin pushes up wide open under the basket.
Moses puts it up and in off the bench. I think that makes it 16-7 with 2 left here in the first. That pass too strong. That's another turnover back to Turpin as Weber checks back in for the Lady Cardinals. We've got a timeout on the court. 1:53 left in the first quarter. It's Turpin 16, Balko 7.
Dear Santa, I've been a good dad this year.
Dad, what are you doing?
Well, I was asking Santa for a new phone this year.
That's cute. But right now, PTCI can give you $800 off new phones and new unlimited plans.
Really?
Now, get up to $800 off the newest phones for current and new PTCI customers. Call 800-562-2556 today and get yours.
Out of the timeout, Turpin ball, leading by 9. Aquino will bring the ball up. Picks up her dribble near the free throw line. Leaves it back outside for Weber. Now over to Abby Buller. Loses control. Kemper post there to pick it up. Now inside to Moses, back outside to Buller. Long 2 is good.
They're shooting lights out from the outside early in this game.
18-7 now the score as Stockton brings it across. Passes across the lane to Freeman. Can't control it. Aquino grabs the loose ball. Pass up ahead. Post open for 3 from the wing. It's good. And the Cardinals are getting it not only from their starters, but good shooting from their bench as well, all the way in. Olvera has that one blocked there by Moses.
She timed her perfectly on that play.
Got the block, but avoided the foul. Well, inbound underneath the basket. Gets it in really probably just before the time was up. Maylee Wirtz. Pass across. Looked at the 3, steps inside. Leaves it outside for Trentham, who drives in the lane, in trouble now. Gets it back outside to Freeman. Pass in the lane. Olvera puts up the right-handed layup. It's good. And that was a much-needed basket.
That was a very good look by Olvera. She saw her defender just looking away a slight bit and made a back cut right to the basket.
That's definitely a learned skill to go in there and score baskets in there that tight when you're shorter than the player that's guarding you.
And that girl's played a lot of basketball. She's been playing for Coach Johnson early in her high school career.
Weber with the missed three. Under 20 seconds left here. Long pass ahead. Can't be controlled. Out of bounds, and a turnover back to Turpin as Leonard checks back into the game. So 15.9, so wouldn't be surprised to see them hold for a final shot
should
here.
Take the last shot here.
Post drives in all the way and blocked from behind. Moses with the rebound out to Weber. 4 seconds. Buller drives, kicks over to post. Baseline jumper off the rim, no good. So after 1 quarter of play, Turpin leads Balko 21-9.
She played some last year too. She did too.
Back from last year.
And we are ready for the start of play here in the second quarter. Balko will have possession of the ball. Trailing by 12 here early on. Post guarding Olvera out there tightly. Olvera able to get loose. Passes it off to Freeman.
He had 3 seconds in the lane on Stockton on that one.
And Stockton fell asleep a little bit there in the lane, and turnover back to Turpin.
Well, you could see on that first possession, Coach Smaltz put some extreme perimeter pressure on Olvera that time, trying to kind of take her out of her game a little bit, I think.
Backdoor pass to Buller. Too strong on the short jumper. Ball last touched by Balko, so it will stay with Turpin. Do see a new player in there for the Lady Cardinals, number 13, a junior, Brianna Barrett. Pass stolen away into the open court. Layup up and good by Stockton. And that'll get the Lady Bison into double digits. Weber passes it inside to Barrett. Kicks it back outside. Around the perimeter. Now Post gets the screen. Open for three. Leaves it a little short. Rebound Balko. And I believe that was Wirtz on the rebound. Stockton, her pass batted away by Weber. Post comes away with the loose ball.
Stockton just missed that a little bit. Olvera had that back cut again.
Buller misses on the shot from the free throw line. Olvera with the rebound, back the other way, all the way in the lane.
Well, we had a crash. We didn't have a call, but we had a crash.
Aquino and Jones check back into the game, and Jones back in there with 2 fouls. She'll have to be careful on the defensive end, and that's not really her style. She's an aggressive defender. Jones with the ball. Now to Weber. Leonard cross-court pass tapped, but Aquino gets the ball. Screen from Barrett for Aquino. She'll pull up free throw line. No good. Long rebound. Chased down by Barrett. Aquino looked at the three. Now she'll drive in. Splits the defenders. Puts it up. No good. But she does draw the foul. That foul is going to be on number 15, Emily Trentham. That'll be her first, team's second foul.
I think as both teams are starting to settle in, you're starting to see a little bit more smoother basketball. Both teams are very good defensively. Looks like Balko's tried to shut down that three-point line from Turpin just a little bit here.
The senior number 10, Caden Sager, checks in for the Lady Bison. Aquino sank the first free throw. Second one is up and good as well, 23-9.
I think it's 11.
Yeah, it should be 11. There, I think you're all right because I did say it was double digits earlier there. Hopefully they'll get that fixed. Baseline drive, left her open there. Tries to kick it all the way back outside to Stockton. Guarded tightly there, finds a lane, drives in, no good, but does draw the foul. As that one will be on Barrett. That'll be her first.
That's one of those calls that half of the gym was going to be happy and the other half was going to be upset. That could have gone either way on that play.
One side yelling block, the other side yelling charge.
Exactly.
Shot is up and no good on the first free throw. So here's the second offering from Stockton. 14 fouls now on Turpin. That one's good. So we think that puts Balko at 12. Scoreboard says 10. Aquino with the ball out top. Over to Leonard. Now Barrett with it at the free throw line. Back outside, gets the screen. The give and go. Pass loose and intercepted there by Freeman.
It was a good look. It's going to be a travel on Freeman on that play.
Another unforced error, really. Caitlin Gonzalez, number 23, checks back into the game for the Lady Bison. Turpin not only 5-0 this year, but I believe all 5 wins have been by double digits.
Oh my.
Pass inside, Barrett turns around, shot partially blocked there by Gonzalez. But two Balko players bump each other, ball goes out of bounds, and it'll stay with Turpin, it looks like.
He initially called Balko, and then
now they'll say it's Balko ball, yeah.
Turpin's going to bring some full court pressure here.
Ball tapped by Leonard, almost got the turnover. Pass up ahead to Olvera. She gets it across midcourt. Now Gonzalez back to Olvera. Pass back out top. Sager leaves it outside for Gonzalez, who drives in the lane. Loses control of it, though. Jones comes away with it. She drives it in left-handed. Now she'll pull out. Aquino open for three on the wing. It's good. And Turpin has opened up a 26-12 lead at just about the midway point of this second quarter.
Their outside shooting has been a huge plus for him in this game.
Ball tipped away by Jones. Now Leonard with it, tapped away from behind. It'll go out of bounds as Sager knocked that away. Abby Buller back in for Turpin. And Maylee Wirtz back in for Balko. 4:07 left here in the first half. And Aquino tried to get it to Buller. Ball out of bounds. Well, they'll say it was touched by Balko. It didn't look like it to me, but.
I didn't see a Balko girl there, but.
Leonard will inbound for the Lady Cardinals. Leonard for three from the corner. It's good. And they are just draining these three-pointers. They put it on the wrong side again, 29-12. They are struggling with this scoreboard. Pass too strong. Balko does keep possession. Pull-up shot, no good. Rebounded by Gina Buller. Aquino brings it up across midcourt. Leaves it for Gina Buller. Pulls up free throw line. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Stockton. Ball tipped away and out of bounds by Buller.
One thing early on, Balko's going to have to stop turning the basketball over. They've got to control the basketball just a little bit better than what they're doing right now. Some of these turnovers they're not even really forced. They're just kind of throwing the ball away.
Emily Trentham checks back into the game for Balko, and Turpin, starting even last year towards the end of the season, they really like to play at a chaotic pace and force that. Leonard knocks that one away. Can't quite save it from going out of bounds, but just even on that little exchange, they touched 3 different defenders touched the ball.
Yep.
So.
And Balko's usually a lot more solid with the basketball, so it'll be interesting to see as the game starts to unfold.
If they can settle down, Sager with it. She'll leave it for Olvera. They're trying to force her to go right, seems like. Freeman tied up, knocked away by Gina Buller with the steal. Now Jones brings it across. They won't press since they don't have numbers. Leonard for 3, leaves it short. Rebounded by Stockton.
The way they've been shooting, when she put that up, you just almost wanted to start writing down that was another 3. But
yeah. Drive across the lane, kind of a hook layup, no good. Jones there with the rebound on Trentham's miss. Pass up ahead to Leonard. Into the lane to Aquino with the block, puts up the left-hand shot, it's good. 31-12 now with just over 2 left here in the first half.
that was a nice move by Aquino with 2 Balko defenders right there. She still was able to finish at the rim.
3-pointer up off the back iron and a tie-up jump ball. Sager and Aquino, arrow points in favor of Turpin, so they'll take possession as Post and Moses check back in for Turpin. And Aquino's really been able to do that. Even as a freshman, she was kind of their post player. Even as short as she was, she'd get at that high post, and you get somebody taller than her, nobody could guard her.
Yeah, I remember coaching against her. I think we played her as a freshman. I think she had 26 or something on us. She was a really good player.
Nice spin on that shot by Jenna Buller, deep under the basket, able to get that one to go. Stockton with it on the wing. Gets it down low. Trentham did a good job saving that one. Kicks it outside, looked at the 3, defense able to get out there. Stockton puts up the wing 3. Off the iron, no good. Rebounded by Leonard, ball loose on the floor. Olvera saves it. Ball still loose. Leonard has it knocked away from her. It'll be Turpin ball.
Turpin is extremely quick as far as when you necessarily look at the team. They don't look like they're going to be as quick as what they are, but every time there's a ball loose, they are very, very close to it every time.
Leonard brings it up into the paint to Buller, across the lane to Moses. Misses the shot there. Olvera brings it across the timeline. Tried to pass underneath off the foot of Leonard. Wasn't really a kick, just 3-pointer up, misses everything. Moses with the rebound on the backside. 45 seconds left here in the half. Pass intercepted by Stockton. They can't save it from going out of bounds, so it will be Lady Cardinal possession here.
She ran out of real estate over there.
Gonzalez checks that back in for the Lady Bison. Aquino will check in. I think that's a little bit of an offensive, defensive sub here in the final minute with 38 seconds left. Of course, Aquino does not have any fouls yet, so not worried about that. Post leaves it for Abby Buller. She gets the screen from her sister, Gina. Down low to Moses, spins. Back outside to Aquino. Now Abby Buller to Moses. Moses puts up the shot, no good, gets her own rebound, puts it up and in.
Stuck with it.
35-12, and Turpin is just really kind of dominating right now in this championship game.
3 seconds.
Final shot of the half up, no good off the glass from Stockton. We head to the half. It's the Turpin Lady Cardinals 35, the Balko Lady Bison 12.
Do you dread the cold of winter? Then PTCI has the freeze that will warm your heart.
Boost your speed, and PTCI will freeze your internet bill at the same price you've already been paying for 6 whole months. If you are a new customer, PTCI will give you a free month of internet, and everyone gets whole home Wi-Fi free for 6 months. Call 800-562-2556 to freeze your bill today. Some restrictions apply. And we are ready for the second half of play. Turpin leading Balko 35-12. Balko will take possession here to start the second half. Out front with it is Stockton. Turpin was guarding tightly out there. Olvera now with it. Dives inside baseline, gets a screen, goes up. Weber with the block underneath. Buller grabs the loose ball. Ball knocked away by Olvera, and that's going to be a foul on Buller. Gina Buller gets up limping a little bit. That'll be her first foul, team's first foul of the half.
It'll be interesting in the start of the second half to see if the intensity from Balko kind of comes up to match what Turpin did there in the first half.
And you can see defensively they're really trying to limit what they can do. Pass inside, shot up by Freeman, blocked by Aquino.
So 2 shots to start the second half and 2 blocks from Turpin to start the second half.
Now inbound underneath the basket. And a 5-second call gives the ball back to Turpin.
So Turpin decided to bring the locker room out of the half, bring the defense back out of the locker room at halftime again.
Leonard brings the ball up for the Lady Cardinals. Aquino on the wing with it. Backdoor pass to Leonard. Lays it up and in. 37-12 now the score.
The defender got locked up in a little bit of commotion at the free throw line and left her wide open. Couldn't get out of the mix.
Ball tapped away by Jones. Aquino comes away with it. Well, they've stopped Balko from getting offensive rebounds by not letting them shoot.
They have. I was just thinking that's 4 possessions, 2 turnovers, and 2 block shots so far to start this second half.
Jones shot a little bit short. Ball back over to Balko. Maley Wirtz checks back into the game. We had one other check in, but I didn't quite catch who that was.
I believe it was Trentham, Emily Trentham.
Emily Trentham, number 15, also back into the game then. Olvera with the ball. Back outside to Wirtz. Now Freeman with it. Guarded tightly there by Gina Buller. 3-pointer is up from Wirtz. No good. Rebounded on the backside. Ball loose. Bouncing around. Balko grabbed it. That was Wirtz with it, but she stepped on the line when she did. There was 2 players from each team right there.
You are seeing a little bit more fight out of Balko as far as the hustling and the intensity, but Turpin, they're just on a different level so far in this game.
Well, and if you get that intensity up and it ends up not giving you a benefit, that can go away pretty quickly
It can fade if it feels like it's all for naught.
Jones free rims out. Aquino with the rebound, puts it up. She's fouled.
Should be on Olvera.
And that would be her second.
It is.
First team foul of the half. Neither team with anybody with any kind of real foul trouble. As Olvera with 2 and then Jones with 2 for Turpin. Aquino sinks the first. And gets them both. 39-12 now the score. A couple of minutes here into the second half. Olvera drives, kicks outside, 3-pointer from Freeman. No good. Rebounded on the backside by Trentham. Out to Wirtz. Now back out top to Olvera, who drives, splits the defender, puts it up. I think Weber got part of that. Ball comes away loose to Wirtz, and she puts it up and in for the basket.
It was a nice move by Olvera. Nice defense from Turpin, and then a nice backside rebound by Freeman to put it back up and in.
And even though the shot didn't go in, it drew the defense so that Wirtz could get that rebound. 39-14 now the score. Weber with it up top. Now over to Leonard on the wing. Down low to Buller. Up and off the glass, and she can get so deep and still get that shot to go in.
That was an impressive shot.
So
full court pressure by Turpin again.
And a mirror on the scoreboard, 41-14. That's going to be a bump foul there on Weber. That will be her first, team second of the half. Abby Buller checks back in for the Cardinals. And Caitlin Gonzalez checks back in for the Lady Bison. That's going to be an over and back. Got her hand on that one before she was still in the back court.
So some of the unforced turnovers for Balko kind of continuing again in the second half.
Into Weber. That's going to be a foul from behind on Freeman. That'll be her first.
And with the size that Turpin has, if they decide to start going inside, Balko's really not going to have a whole lot of an answer for that as far as size goes.
Aquino with it, guarded tightly, knocked away by Olvera. Up past midcourt, drives to the block, puts up the shot. She'll draw the foul. That's going to be on Jones. That'll be her third foul. So Olvera is going to try to will her team back into this one.
She will. There's not a lot of quit in that kid.
Sinks the first. Moses returns to the game for Turpin. They've got 3 team fouls now this half. And Jones stays in the game despite having 3 fouls. In and out, rebounded by Moses. 41-15 now the score. Now Abby Buller drives, kicks out to Leonard. Into the post to Moses. Goes baseline side, puts it up and in. She knows how to, even though she's not that tall, she knows how to position herself where that can't be blocked. Drive all the way in. Ball off the hand of Wirtz, out of bounds, and another turnover without a shot.
And on that play, you just think, as a coach, why don't you just go shoot the ball? Just drive and shoot. I mean, she had the wide open lane and tried to make the unselfish play, but not necessarily the right play.
Ball at the high post to Buller. Dumps it down to Aquino. Back out to Moses, who gets it back outside to Jones. Now to Moses. Faces up. Goes across the lane. Can't quite get it to go, but she draws the foul. Looks like that one will be on Gonzalez.
You know, one thing we talked about in the first half, the three-point shooting from Turpin, and now you're starting to see the inside game. It was outside in the first half, and now just inside almost every possession.
First free throw from Moses is good. High arcing shot off the front of the rim, rebounded by Freeman. Olvera with it, drives, kicks outside. Freeman with it back up top. Now back to Olvera. Looks to drive baseline, dives inside, and she'll draw the foul.
We talked a little bit about some of the unforced turnovers necessarily maybe from Balko, but as you're watching them play, there's Turpin players covering up every player just constantly. Every pass is a contested pass.
Like right there, it was touched, and then Jones is going to be called for her fourth. That foul before was on Shelby Moses. That was her first. So I'm sure they'll take Jones out now with her fourth foul.
Looks like Kemper Post coming into the game.
Kemper Post, who's already got at least 1 3 in this one as well. Trentham leaves it for Olvera. Ball tapped by Buller, out of bounds. They're saying Turpin ball there, was not touched by Balko, but obviously a missed call there. But
might have been.
So Leonard with the ball on the wing, now back up top to Moses. Leonard back to Moses on the block, puts up the shot left-handed. That's the thing, she gets on block left or right. She can put it up and in.
It's right back, pounding the paint now.
46-15, Turpin gets the turnover now. They have tripled up Balko. Pass inside, stolen away by Olvera. Actually, that wasn't Olvera.
Or Sager, I believe.
That was Sager that with the hustle play there. Olvera with the drive, pulls up from 10 feet out. Can't get it to go, but she draws the foul on Post. That will be Post's first foul. Team's 6th foul.
She gets to come over and have a discussion with Coach about that one, I think.
Hutton Parsons, a recent graduate of, I don't know what college, but he played at Hooker. So, first free throw from Olvera, good. Hutton was a pretty good ball player when he was over there, too. Second one, no good. Ball bounces around. Abby Buller comes away, uses her height to get that rebound. 46-16.
I don't think we anticipated this coming in.
Drive, kick by Aquino. Post looked at the three, dives it inside to Moses. Kick back out. Aquino open for three from the corner, leaves it short. Long rebound, gets it herself. Now over to Moses. Skip pass over to Post. She'll put up the wing three. Banks it in for three. 49-16 with under 2 to play. Steal right away by Leonard. Olvera comes away with the loose ball, though. Dives underneath. Oh, nice hesitation move.
Hesitation dribble on that one.
Froze the defender. 49-18 now the score.
And if you're Balko, you have to kind of wonder, are we supposed to cover the three, the post? Like, where's our focus at this point in time?
It does make the outside shooting easier, too. Aquino with the drive and the left-handed layup. 51-18 now the score. Turpin still relentlessly pressuring. Aquino's going to be called for the foul. That will be her first. Team's 7th foul, so Balko in the bonus with a 1:11 left to play here in the third quarter.
And a score of 51-18.
Checking in for Turpin as sophomore number 22, Emily Estes. Free throw up and gets the shooter's roll for Caden Sager. So she'll get one more. In and out on the second. Rebound by Abby Buller. She'll bring it across the timeline. Drives all the way to the block. Kick back outside to Moses. Moses now with the drive out to now inside to Estes. Banks it up and in. Just off the bench and scores already 53-19. Under a minute left here in the third.
This Turpin attack on offense and defense is just relentless on both ends of the court.
Stockton with the drive, draws the foul. That's going to be on Abby Buller, and that will be her first. Other than Jones, Turpin has really spread around the fouls. Nobody else with more than one.
Well, even the fouls, they've spread around the points, the fouls. I mean, it's pretty balanced attack today, or tonight.
41.6 left. Stockton misses the first. Here's her second. It's good. 53-20 now the score. Aquino will walk it up for the Lady Cardinals. Post pulls up, looked at the three, dumps it inside to Moses, who goes baseline side. No good, couldn't get that one to go. Estes couldn't bring in the rebound. Ball back over to Balko. Olvera will walk it up. Under 20 seconds left here in the third. Guarded tightly there by Aquino. Aquino called for her second foul.
She maybe relaxed just a little bit on that play as Olvera was trying to gather her dribble, and then she kind of sprinted and it caught her off guard just a hair.
Olvera's quickness can get you. She's definitely one of the quicker players in the whole Panhandle, that's for sure.
Is.
Gets that one to rim in. 12.7 seconds left here in the third. Gets them both. 53-22. Ball inbounded to Aquino. She'll jog it across. 8 seconds, post with it now. Now to Abby Buller, 3 seconds. Runner at the free throw line, no good. Tie up underneath. That's the end of the third quarter. Turpin in control here at the Beaver River Invitational. It's 53-22, they lead.
Do you dread the cold of winter? Then PTCI has the freeze that will warm your heart. Boost your speed, and PTCI will freeze your internet bill at the same price you've already been paying for 6 whole months. If you are a new customer, PTCI will give you a free month of internet, and everyone gets whole home Wi-Fi free for 6 months. Call 800-562-2556 to freeze your bill today.
Some restrictions apply. So we are ready for the start of the fourth quarter. Barrett has checked back in for Turpin. Talking earlier with some of the Turpin fans that are here. We can't remember the exact last time Turpin had won a tournament on the girls' side, but we're pretty sure it was the most recent would have been a no more recent than 2009, but it may have been that 07, 08, 09 era. Leonard with the drive, puts up the floater, no good. Rebound by Freeman.
Well, definitely well on their way this evening.
Stockton with the ball now, over to Olvera in the corner. Looked like she traveled. She moved her feet there, but
she may have shuffled them a little bit.
Sager now with the ball, drives in the lane, kicks outside to Gonzalez, now back out top. Stockton finds a gap, drives in, shot no good, left it a little short. Barrett with the rebound.
And now as you're watching Turpin, you try to figure out, are we going to see the first half barrage from the three-point line or the third quarter pounding it into the post? And
Buller cross-court pass to Leonard. Leonard looked at the three, gets the screen, she'll take it, drains it, nothing but net.
It's the 3 points.
They realized those were worth more. Yeah. 56-22 now the score. Freeman leaves it outside for Olvera. Look to spin, now she'll leave it. Actually, that's Olvera. It was Gonzalez who had it before. Floater, no good. Rebound on the backside by Estes. Trying to avoid being tied up, gets it out to Leonard. Pass up ahead to Abby Buller. And kind of got caught in a bad spot. Olvera comes away with the loose ball. Drives all the way to the block, puts up the shot, no good. They're going to call the offensive foul.
Another call that kind of makes one half happy, the other half upset, but it really is a judgment call.
That's her third, team's fourth foul. 6:26 left to play. Abby Buller with it on the wing. Down low to Barrett. Kicks it to the corner. Leonard for three. Rims out. Rebounded by Freeman. Up across the timeline, it's Stockton with it. Guarded tightly there by Weber. Kicks it back outside. Drive in. Now off to Olvera. Drives inside. Puts up the shot. Gets it to go.
She does not have any slowdown in her at all.
56-24 now the score. Now Abby Buller with it, over to Weber. She'll get the screen from Estes. Now back to Estes at the high post, turns, kicks it back outside. Dump over the top to Barrett. Tried to get it across the lane to Estes, tapped out of bounds by Freeman. Ball will stay with the Lady Cardinals. 5:26 left to play. Long inbounds out top to Buller. Back into the corner. Now to Barrett. Tapped away, though, by Freeman. Estes at the free throw line. Tried to dump it down. Intercepted by Freeman. Pass up ahead. Olvera. He'll bring it back out on the wing. Guarded there by Leonard. Kicks it to the corner. Freeman for three. Gets it to go. 56-27 now the score. 5 left to play. Weber dumps it to Buller on the backdoor cut. A little too far out in front of her.
That last three by Freeman there was created quite a bit by Olvera's driving and the way she's been able to penetrate inside that Turpin defense today. And they kind of collapsed in on her and left Freeman standing there wide open.
Wirtz checks back into the game for Balko. Freeman drives, kicks to the corner. Three-pointer is open. No good. Freeman with the rebound. Dribble, puts it back up. No good. And that's going to be a tie-up. Arrow points in favor of the Lady Bison, so they'll keep possession. So the Beaver River Invitational Tournament, this is the first year of it. Beaver used to have, or at least the first year in a very long time.
Yeah, it used to be one of the better tournaments in the Panhandle.
I remember as a kid, and I'm almost 50 now, but it was a huge tournament back then. And boy, I'll tell you what, Championship Saturday, this place was packed out. Of course, people didn't have quite all the entertainment
that we have today.
Options that we have now. So Weber with the ball, gets the screen, kicks it back outside to Leonard. Now Abby Buller. Dump it inside, down low. Leonard for three, a deep three, left it short. Ball rebounded by Sager. Long pass ahead. Freeman able to control it before it goes out of bounds. Back outside. Three-pointer is up, left it short. Rebounded by Leonard. Leonard, you could tell with that last move, it had enough of the reaching in trying to get it away from her.
Yeah, she was kind of fed up with that, I believe.
Weber pulls up for the long two. Nothing but net. No basket. They'll say a foul before that. And they'll call that on Barrett. So an offensive foul negates the basket. 5 players back in for Turpin as Moses, Post, Jones, Jenna Bowler, and Aquino come back into the game. The double bonus as that was the 10th foul for the last 3 minutes and change for Balko. Olvera dumps it over to Freeman, back outside. Euro step didn't work. Sager comes away with the loose ball. Freeman for three. Her second of the second half. Makes it 56-30. A post that can shoot the three. That's never a bad thing.
Haven't seen a lot of Turpin girls tonight that can't shoot the three.
Into Moses, lays it off the glass, left-handed. It's good, 58-30.
She is a weapon underneath that basket. Stepped out of bounds before she caught that.
Gonzalez checks back in for the Lady Bison. Yeah, Moses, you mentioned that, and sometimes she'll be up against a taller person where she knows how to separate herself and turn herself sideways and get that shoulder into that player and yet still have the ball in good control shooting from the outside. That's a hard angle to shoot from, but if you're short enough, you learn that over the years, I guess.
Done a lot of mic and drills.
Ball out of bounds. It will stay with the Lady Cardinals. So Jones over to Aquino. Under 2 to play. Of course, Turpin's still playing some of their starters, but that's in a tournament where they played a JV team. Their bench is much shorter, where they
You
can't
don't have as many players available to you.
Hey, obviously they would be playing some of their other 5 that played in the JV game right now.
Freeman was looking to get another 3 off there.
Pass inside, she's open underneath, puts it off the glass, no good, but Aquino will be called for her 3rd foul. And so Freeman will go to the line. She'll be able to have an opportunity to put a couple points on the board here. First one is good. And you know, as we talked about, I mean, kind of a surprising spread tonight, but Balko will definitely be a team to think about if you're in Class B this year.
Yeah, Coach Johnson does a really great job with Balko, and having watched them play this year, this is definitely not probably one of the best games that they've had, but probably one Coach Johnson will use quite a bit going forward to get this team ready for the playoffs. They're always in the thick of things in the playoffs every year.
But maybe if people went by the past that didn't think Turpin was going to be a threat in Class A this year, I think they're finding out tonight they better think otherwise.
So. And, you know, last year towards the end of the year, as we discussed, Turpin was starting to play some really good basketball and made a deep run in the playoffs. And it looks like a lot of those girls are still here. And both these teams will be teams that nobody really wants to see in the playoffs. Of course, that's a long ways from now until February.
And keep everybody healthy, obviously, is a part of that, too. That's foul is called on Olvera. That's her 4th. Ball inbounded to Jones. We are at the 1-minute mark of this championship game. Now Jones with it. Pass into the post to Moses, faces up, kicks it back outside the post. Now underneath, she'll get it over to Buller. Aquino with the ball, drives to the block, puts it up, gets it to drop in. 60-32 the score, 30 seconds left to play. Checking into the game for Balko will be the freshman, number 25, Haley Pearson. So the Lady Cardinals, as we mentioned, we're pretty sure it's been at least 12, maybe a few more years than that since they've won a tournament championship. So they're going to be pretty darn excited after that. They're also going to be 6-0 with 6 double-digit wins.
This is a really good victory tonight. This Balko team comes in at, I believe you said 5-1.
Yep.
This is a pretty good basketball team, and we've talked about some of the uncharacteristic stuff from Balko, but Turpin caused a lot of that.
And the final seconds tick off. And the Turpin Lady Cardinals are the champions of the Beaver River Invitational. They'll move to, as we said, 6-0. Balko now at 5-2. Well, they'll have the championship trophy award here in just a moment. We'll keep it on here for you. And, of course, stick around. We're going to have the boys' championship tonight as the Goodwell Eagles will take on the Balko Bison. Oh, look at those cool trophies. The nice, looks like a state championship one, a big old basketball. That's what they had here back in the day, too. So the 2 seniors, Caden Sager and also Carolyn Olvera, step out to receive it for Balko. And the tournament championship, the 5 seniors for Turpin, they'll step out and take that gold ball. As I mentioned, probably the first tournament championship since at least 2009. We're not exactly sure what year it was the last time, but I'm sure this is an exciting evening for them to pull off that victory.
Well, they definitely earned it tonight. They played an excellent basketball game tonight.
Well, all right, folks, we're going to take a short break, but we will be back for the men's championship.
Dear Santa, I've been a good dad this year.
Dad, what are you doing?
Well, I was asking Santa for a new phone this year.
That's cute. But right now, PTCI can give you $800 off new phones and new unlimited plans.
Really?
Now, get up to $800 off the newest phones for current and new PTCI customers. Call 800-562-2556 today and get yours.
Beaver River Invitational Championship game now for the men's competition. It is the Balko Bison who come in 3-0. Last Friday night they were playing in the state championship football. Now they've already played 3 games and won all 3 of them. And they're getting ready to take on the 17th ranked 8-0 Goodwell Eagles. And we'll give you our starters tonight. First for Balko, a junior number 1, Braxton Fowler. A junior number 3, Nathan Smith. A senior number 5, Jaden Hall. A senior number 15, Mason Ramju. And a senior number 32, Adam Creason. The Bison are coached by Jake Regier. As we mentioned, they come in 3-0 here in this first week of playing basketball. And now the starting lineup for the Eagles. A junior number 2, Christian Gausin. A junior number 3, Victor Ramirez. A junior number 4, Jaden Harold. A junior number 20, Ben Schreiner. And a junior number 23, Abel Espino. The Eagles are coached by head coach Sean Strain. He's assisted by Tony Taylor. And this Goodwell team is a very good team. Noticed looking back at the scores for Balko, they have not, all 3 of their opponents have ended up with 29 points. So they haven't had anybody score over 30. The lowest point total that Goodwell has had is 57. And I think they were taking it easy that game against Felt.
Yeah, I think we'll see more points tonight than 29 from Goodwell.
So something's going to break one way or the other here. So, and I would say in Balko's defense tonight, that, like I said, 3 games, but also you count that last Friday night, that was like a really rough basketball game, getting beat around. So they're still trying to physically recover from that. Quick pass underneath. Schreiner with the first basket, 2-0 Goodwell. Goodwell already with a tournament championship trophy in their case this year, is that long pass out of bounds, too far ahead for Smith to grab, as they won the High Plains tournament.
They did.
Defeated a very good Tyrone team.
Very good Tyrone team, very good game.
The ball on the wing. Ball tipped away by Hall from behind. Creason with it. Now Espino has it. That ball was kicked. Pass ahead, layup, and in by Harold. And it's 4-0 very quickly. Full court pressure again by the Eagles.
One thing Goodwell did against Tyrone is they jumped out real quick, 13-0 against Tyrone, and that gap kind of held true throughout that game. And they're doing the same thing early to Balko here.
Harold didn't get the steal on that one, but did force the tie-up. Arrow points in favor of Balko, so they'll keep the ball, but next time it's going to go over to Goodwell. So even there, defense helped. Almost a steal there.
One thing watching the Goodwell boys so far this year is the pressure is going to be there the entire night. They're going to be pressuring you.
Balko's probably going to try to rely heavily there on number 1, Braxton Fowler. He's their only guy out there that didn't play football, and so he's been really concentrating basketball-wise as he takes the ball back at the point. Creason has looked very good early on as well. Gets the screen from Creason, gives it back to him at the block, puts it up, has it knocked away, but draws a foul. That's going to be probably on Espino, but we'll see who they call it on. And it is on Espino. That will be his first. And
one thing Balko's going to need to try to do today is slow the game down a little bit. If they let Goodwell get out and run, that's playing right into what they want to do. But watching last week against Tyrone, they can play fast, they can play slow. This Goodwell team is very solid. I mean, however they want to play, they can play that way.
Creason sinks the first. Well, and Goodwell's got a deep bench as well, too.
Very deep bench.
Creason sinks them both to get the Bison on the board. Espino with the drive, leaves it for Schreiner, dumps it underneath. Nice pass, up and underneath. A little bit of hesitation by Ramirez, lays it up and in. And the scoring's coming, but it's coming fairly easily, too, with their ball movement.
see Balko trying to back it up. Most of the time with Goodwell, they're going to come right out and pressure that ball, though, still to kind of force you into action.
Braxton Fowler for 3 from the top of the key. Makes it a 1-point game, 2 minutes in, 6-5. They're going to need a lot out of him tonight, I think. Drive, nice pass off of the screen, and Espino lays it up and in for the easy basket.
Yeah, all 4 of Goodwell's baskets have almost been uncontested. It's going to be on Ramirez, blocking foul.
So Ramirez will be called for his first foul. Team second. Hall gets it inbounded to Smith.
Oh, yeah, he
pinned
that ball on his hip there for a second. I don't think he intended to do it. And I think he thought he was going to get away with it for just a second.
And I think some of that you've noticed, and obviously some of it's the pressure, but it's also the clunkiness of literally a week of basketball.
Yeah, three games, 2 practices so far.
Ball tipped away by Hall. Smith grabs the loose ball. And look, still the pressure. Even out of that, they'll double team Fowler. He's in trouble, and they'll have to call a timeout. 5:13 to play here in the first quarter. Goodwell leads Balko 8-5.
Do you dread the cold of winter? Then PTCI has the freeze that will warm your heart. Boost your speed, and PTCI will freeze your internet bill at the same price you've already been paying for 6 whole months. If you are a new customer, PTCI will give you a free month of internet, and everyone gets whole home Wi-Fi free for 6 months. Call 800-562-2556 to freeze your bill today.
Some restrictions apply. So both teams back out on the court after the timeout. Ball will belong to Balko. Full court man pressure again from Goodwell. Creason, pass up ahead to Fowler. He'll pull up for that top of the key 3. Missed that one. Schreiner comes away with the rebound.
Taylor's checked in, number 24 for Goodwell, freshman.
Shot is missed by Ramirez. Jump ball on the backside. Arrow points in favor of Goodwell. Espino open for a deep 3, leaves it a little short. Ball tapped around. Fowler comes away with the rebound. Gets it over to Smith. Now to Ramju, back to Fowler. Tried to get it to high post. Schreiner knocked it away, but Fowler able to grab the loose ball. Now with Smith. Ramju back to Fowler. They're having trouble finding a way to get penetration here.
But at the same time, I mean, Balko, the clock ticking is not a bad thing for them. When Goodwell gets out in transition, we can see, we've seen what happens when they get out and start moving the ball.
And a 5-second call is called on Fowler.
And that credit goes to Christian Gassin playing defense there. He almost had that about 2 times in that possession.
Now in for the Eagles, a junior number 10, Aiden Gonzalez. Schreiner with the ball in the wing, looks to go baseline side. That's going to be a double dribble as Creason's defense forced that.
It was. And pressure again.
You know, Creason missed a good gap of the season last year after a hand injury. Came back at Leedy at the regional and was fantastic immediately.
He was. I mean, he played well in the in the, I believe he came back for the Regional Constellation Championship, didn't he? Is that the game he came back for?
Yes.
And he played phenomenal in that game.
They would not have won it without him.
No.
Greason with the ball on the wing. Drives, kicks out. Fowler for 3. He got his second one, and we're tied up at 8 apiece with 3 left here in the first quarter.
And one thing over here with Gonzalez 10, a big man, but he can definitely shoot the ball.
Missed the 3. Schreiner with the rebound, puts it up, no good. Ball tipped around. Gaucine gets it up, puts it up, no good. Gets his another rebound, puts it up and in. 10-8, now the lead for Goodwell. Just that relentless pressure there.
Well, and you know, we had mentioned it. Goodwell is so deep on that bench, they can afford to play this relentless pressure for the entire 32 minutes of the game.
Deep 3 by Fowler, no good. Hall chases down the rebound, and you notice Balko has not substituted yet.
They have not.
When you get past their 5, they're a pretty young team.
It almost looked like a semi-tackle there.
Gonzalez puts it up. He's going to be fouled from behind by Fowler. That is his first foul.
I think Gonzalez thought he had a wide open shot there. He didn't realize Fowler was behind him on that play. He looked a little surprised.
And as we speak of the subs, looks like Balko's got one waiting at the table for their first. Gonzalez sinks the first free throw. Coming in, a senior, number 23, Nathan Cardwell. He had a sister that was a pretty good ball player, as you
really
remember.
good ball player.
In and out on the second. That was last touch by Schreiner. So it will be Balko ball. 11-8 now the score. Goodwell leads. Creason with the ball. Long pass. They'll say last touch by Hall, turnover. That pressure caused that. I think Creason had to get rid of that ball. You had a Spino, a quick guy coming over there. He was going to turn it over there anyway.
Yeah, a lot of times you'll let your post bring the ball up because they have a post guard in them, but not with Goodwell's pressure.
3 from the corner from Gaucine, leaves it short, gets his own rebound, tried to get it down to Schreiner. Stolen away ball, loose. And last touch, it'll be Balko ball.
You can still see some football tendencies just a little bit from Balko here early. And Coach Regere's a great coach. I mean, it's not going to take him long to get these guys in basketball mode. Espino with a really good hands play.
He has got some of the quickest hands in the entire region.
He definitely
really does. And feet for that matter as well. Smith with the ball on the wing.
Very good defense from Taylor.
Yep. And with all that talent that came back now, Espino into the open court. Fouled, can't get the shot to go, but Creason will be called for his first foul. Team's second foul. And Espino will go to the line for 2. Makes the first. Ramirez and Harold check back in. What I was going to say was with Taylor, you had all this talent returning, and then you add a freshman that's good enough to get playing time on this team as well.
Yeah, they are definitely one of the deeper teams we've seen in quite a few years.
Espino gets the second one to go as well. 1:15 to play. 13-8 now the lead for the Eagles.
And see, I'm not sure that this clearing Creason out's clearing out to where Creason can bring it down is going to work if they keep Espino on that end. Nice move.
Fowler gets that one to go as he split the defenders, drew the foul. He'll go to the line for the and one.
And a little bit early in the year, just one thing I've noticed from watching them a little bit, that's one thing with Gonzalez. Did they call that on Gonzalez? Or
I was waiting on the scoreboard to see it was
He's had
Gonzalez.
a little bit of problems with foul trouble.
Fowler missed the free throw. Drive by Espino draws the foul. Just the quickness to get around those defenders who had position.
I'm not sure who they called that on.
I'm not either. There were two guys there. They call it on Ramirez. That'll be his second. Nathan Smith, sorry, wrong team. Espino sinks the first. 56.7 left here in the first quarter. And the second as well, 15-10. Hall will inbound. Knocked away by Schreiner. So they'll inbound along the sideline now. Creason with the ball now, guarded by Schreiner. And that's going to be a foul on Schreiner. He just reached in there on that one. His first foul. Team's fourth.
Here comes the trap.
And Creason able to beat it. Hall at the high post. Ball tipped away and stolen by Espino.
Those hands.
Under 40 seconds. Up to Schreiner. Opened. Lays it up. Too strong. Rebound by Creason. And they'll look to trap him here. Gets it off to Hall. Into the corner. Three-pointer from Cardwell. No good. Rebound by Espino. Tapped away from behind by Smith.
That was an excellent hustle play by
Espino
Smith.
steals it back, though, as he tried to pass it. Goes to put it up, and he's fouled hard there by Smith. That'll be Smith's second. I think that was a frustration foul there.
Well, and that's one thing you start to see. You know, you go back to the Elkhart game that Goodwell played on Tuesday night. Elkhart has lost one game this year, and that was to the #1 team in Colorado in Grenada. But that Elkhart game was real close early on, and that pressure, it just starts to wear on you after a while. It just wears you down. And especially when you haven't been necessarily in basketball mode, you start to see a little bit of that frustration creeping in.
Ramju checks back into the game for Smith, who has 2 fouls. Espino sinks both threes. I believe he's 6 for 6 now from the line, so might not want to put him on the line. 12.8 left here in the first quarter, 17-10. Creason has it tapped away by Harold. Long pass ahead. Espino down there lets the defender pass, lays it up and in. And that is the end of the first quarter. Goodwell leads Balko 19-10.
Dear Santa, I've been a good dad this year.
Dad, what are you doing?
Well, I was asking Santa for a new phone this year.
That's cute. But right now, PTCI can give you $800 off new phones and new unlimited plans.
Really?
Now, get up to $800 off the newest phones for current and new PTCI customers. Call 800-562-2556 today and get yours.
Do you dread the cold of winter? Then PTCI has the freeze that will warm your heart. Boost your speed, and PTCI will freeze your internet bill at the same price you've already been paying for 6 whole months. If you are a new customer, PTCI will give you a free month of internet, and everyone gets whole home Wi-Fi free for 6 months. Call 800-562-2556 to freeze your bill today.
Some restrictions apply. So here we go with the start of the second quarter. A little bit of a spurt there by Goodwell to create some separation there with that pressure there at the end of the first quarter.
And that's one thing they can do. We discussed during the break is they can score and score quick.
Ball inbounded to Hall. Pass over to Cardwell. He'll take the three. No good. And that's going to be a foul on Ramju, his first. Minimal contact there, trying to tip it into Hall.
Yeah, just a little out of position and got behind him. We're going to see Goodwell run an offense here.
Deep three by Espino, no good. Cardwell with the rebound. And that's going to be a foul on Gaucine.
On Ramirez.
On Ramirez, and that's going to be his second foul. 5 for each team now.
Well, we know if they need a long pass, Hall should be able to complete that to break the press.
Yeah. He had an incredible season. I was talking to Jake earlier, and I think he accounted for over 70 touchdowns this year for that team.
That is amazing.
Throwing and running over 2,500 yards rushing and over 2,000 yards passing as well this year. Creason with the ball, turnaround jumper, guarded well there by Gonzalez, but gets the shooter's roll.
Like,
he's got some shooter's touch. You watch him later in the year.
Duncan out there playing.
Yeah, you watch him later in the year. He'll have that shooter's touch back.
He also had a sister that was pretty good at basketball.
Yes, she liked to shoot the three.
She did.
Nice pass over the top inside to Schreiner for the easy basket. Creason with the ball, loses control, and Gonzalez draws the charge.
Just a little bobbling of the basketball there. He kind of had to take his eyes off the defender and look down and didn't see that Gonzalez had established position there.
So another issue for Balko, not a very deep bench. And they've got 2 players now, 2 of their starters with 2 fouls each, so with still 6.5 left here in the first half. And as we mentioned, they've only really had 1 sub in the game.
Yes, sir.
Gonzalez looked at the three. Now he'll look to drive. Dumps it off to Espino, lays it up and in.
Espino is having a great first half here.
He may be in double figures now, 23-12.
I believe that's 12.
Hall will leave it for Fowler. And like we talked about, Balko, to their benefit, will try to slow this thing down a little bit. Looked at the three. Schreiner stepped up right when he wanted to.
I think he told him, you go back out and get that guy. I'm gonna take the big guy.
Jake's out there on the quarterways too. Tried to split the defense. Ball knocked away though by Gaucine.
Nice
Schreiner,
play by.
nice play by Creason. Can't control it. It will stay Eagle ball, but nice defensive play.
That was a nice hustle play from Creason.
So Harold with the ball, down to Schreiner on the block, guarded there by turnaround baseline jumper, no good. Hall with the rebound.
And that's a rare miss from Schreiner on that baseline. He is usually an excellent shooter on that baseline.
Long pass ahead over to Ramju. Now back up top to Fowler.
Jake's getting a lot better look at the offense from this position over here.
Turnaround jumper blocked by Gonzalez. Creason saves it from going out of bounds. Ball loose in the lane. Smith gets it back. Back to Creason underneath. There had to be a foul there. No call. Well, Creason lays it up and in.
I think the Goodwell fans wanted to travel, and the Balko fans wanted to foul, so they just said, you know what, we're just going to let this one play out.
Espino with the quick shot. Schreiner with the putback. No good. He was kind of shoved from behind.
That
could have been third on Creason.
Probably
so
should have been.
They've let it go on both ends, I guess you could say.
But with the history between these two teams, it's something they definitely want to get a handle on.
Smith for three, no good. Ball out of bounds, back over to Goodwell. And you know, just talking about the fatigue, saw some of the hands on the hips, you know, football shape and basketball shape are two totally different things.
Yeah, you go for, 7 to 8 seconds, and then you take a break and go to the huddle and regroup. And basketball, it's whistle to whistle. You got a couple seconds and you're going again.
Gonzalez missed the top of the key three. Ball out of bounds off of the bounce. Back over to Balko. So Creason will bring it up. They'll look to trap him. Able to beat it. Long pass ahead to Ramju. Up and underneath,
Nice
lays it in as he took on Espino. He was trying to defend, did a good job there. 23-16. Gaucine for three, no good. Hall with the rebound. I think that's the best thing Hall does, in basketball. I've seen him have 20-plus rebounds in a game.
But he's also a sneaky player too. If you don't account for him on the boards, he'll get an offensive rebound and put it right back up. And just like that, they kind of forgot about him a little bit, and he shows up.
Nice pass by Creason. Hall lays it up and in and is fouled. He'll go to the line for the and one.
Looks like Coach Strain's going to want a timeout here. Talk things over as Balko's on a little bit of a run on their own here.
3:29 left to play here in the half. Balko trying to make a game of it now. Goodwell leads 23-18.
Dear Santa, I've been a good dad this year.
Dad, what are you doing?
Well, I was asking Santa for a new phone this year.
That's cute. But right now, PTCI can give you $800 off new phones and new unlimited plans.
Really?
Now, get up to $800 off the newest phones for current and new PTCI customers. Call 800-562-2556 today and get yours.
So out of the timeout, 3:29 left to play here in the half. Beaver River Invitational, first time they've played it in, 20, 30 years. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Hall with the and one free throw, nothing but net, 23-19. And
you notice once Balko kind of got it slowed back down again, they could get back to what they wanted to do.
Dump to Schreiner, splits the defenders, blocked by Creason.
That's going to be a block on Gaucine there, but Creason was eerily close on two different spots right there on the shot by Schreiner and the turnaround that it wasn't a charge that to picking up that third foul. And some of that might be a little bit of fatigue also.
Gaucine is called for his first foul. That's the team's seventh foul, so they'll walk to the other end, and Creason will shoot the 1-and-1.
Which this really favors Balko a little bit because they get a chance to rest on the free throw line, so that bonus is going to be critical for Goodwell not to foul here because it does give Balko a chance to rest.
Take your 9.5 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Misses the front end, ball tapped out by Ramju. Ball will go over to the Eagles. Yeah, this was a 19-10 ball game at the start of this quarter, and it looked like Goodwell was really going to take over.
And I think they got the first two of the quarter as well with the Espino.
21-10. Been outscored 9-2 since then.
Mason Taylor's back in the game, 24 for Goodwell.
That's a pretty good size freshman, too.
It is. Very skilled freshman.
Espino with the drive and the beautiful basket. He really is. I know this is early in the season, but he's probably a starting five if you take a Panhandle team.
He's playing really
out of
really
everybody.
Well.
25-19 now. Just so quick.
And not just, we see the offense, but the defensive plays and the hustle plays and the things that he takes away from the other team, he's just a phenomenal player.
Creason missed the jumper, foul called. They'll call that on Smith. That's going to be number 3 on him. So that is a huge foul call there. Looked like just a bunch of guys going for a rebound.
I'm not sure. I didn't see what happened on that play. I thought he was shooting, wasn't he?
Cardwell will check in for him. And Jaden Harrell will step to the line to shoot free throws for Goodwell. In and out on the front end. Hall with the rebound.
Balko Balko's going to try to slow it up a little bit here.
Fowler with the ball, guarded tightly there by Gaucine. Now over to Hall. He'll leave it for Cardwell.
This might be one where they look to get Creason underneath here with Taylor guarding him.
Fowler all the way to the basket. Nobody guarded him. Hall with the rebound, puts it back up. No good, but he does draw the foul.
It looked like Goodwell kind of maybe got a little bit lost in like who was supposed to be on who if they were switching on that play.
And he had a little bit of a hesitation, and it's amazing what just a slight hesitation can do to a defender to draw them away and leave that lane. First free throw by Hall is good. 1:54 left here in the half. And second one is good as Gonzalez checks back in. It's a 4-point game with under 2 to play here in the half.
Balko's done a really good job of fighting back. I mean, if you make the state semifinals in football, you know how to win.
Taylor with it in the quarter, guarded there tightly by Ramju. Now back around to the opposite side. Cutting Espino, nice pass, puts it up off the glass, gets it to go. He goes to the line for the and one. And I believe that one's going to be on Nathan Cardwell.
And Cardwell kind of got turned around on that cut and didn't see the basketball coming at all. He had no clue the ball was even thrown.
And Espino adds 3 more to his total, 27-21.
And at the end of the first quarter, you saw Goodwell make a spurt. Balko's got to be careful here going into the half that they can kind of keep it right here where they want it.
And if that means just slowing it down a time.
It does. You don't want to give Goodwell a big run to end this half.
Oh, nice play by Hall to save that one.
And
long pass. Creason tried to save that, able to get it. So they'll maintain possession. That was a couple of hustle plays there to keep that.
And even a good hustle play from Taylor to tip the pass for Goodwell.
So Fowler with it out top. Gets a screen from Hall.
Gaucine is playing some outstanding defense on Fowler.
And Fowler's definitely a kid who can put up a bunch of points in a hurry. He's got good basketball acumen.
Well, I'm trying to think as far as the game last year in the regional, was it not Fowler that hit that game winner to send Goodwell home?
And a charge call as Espino draws the charge. I'm not sure on that one. I can't remember. I'd have to go back and look at the tape.
I can't remember which one of those kids hit that on that rebound.
I think it might have been Ramju. But either way, he's definitely a kid that makes a big
Espino
difference.
on the defensive end now picks up a charge.
Gonzalez drives baseline, had it tipped away. Nice pass over to Schreiner, though, lays it up and in. 30-21. Now Creason with the ball, 4 seconds, 2. Cardwell for 3 at the buzzer, no good. We head to the half. It's Goodwell 30, Balko 21. We'll be back with the second half.
Do you dread the cold of winter? Then PTCI has the freeze that will warm your heart. Boost your speed, and PTCI will freeze your internet bill at the same price you've already been paying for 6 whole months. If you are a new customer, PTCI will give you a free month of internet, and everyone gets whole home Wi-Fi free for 6 months. Call 800-562-2556 to freeze your bill today.
Some restrictions apply. And we are ready to roll with the second half. Goodwell with a 9-point lead and possession of the ball. Espino inbounds it to Gaucine. Now Harold on the wing, and a foul call.
Early on in the second half, just watching Goodwell from earlier in this year, Balko really needs to concentrate on keeping this game in this range right here. Goodwell's had a strong ability to be able to get away from opponents early in second halves, and then they just blow those games open.
Well, I just had him down for one, but Mason Romju, they called for that foul. That's his third, according to our scoreboard, so that could be
critical.
He and Nathan Smith both with 3. Underneath, Ramirez lays it up and in.
And like you just mentioned, with 3 fouls, there's not a lot Smith could do on that.
Ball inbounded to Creason. Pass knocked down and out of bounds. It will stay Balko ball as it went off of Ramirez.
And kind of the relentless pressure that Goodwell puts on. There was 3 guys around that basketball.
Loose ball, grabbed by Ramirez, lays it up. And they'll call the offensive foul there on Ramirez. That'll be his third. And I think Balko's feeling a little bit of relief on that call there.
They are. A quick switch from Goodwell on the press that time. Where Balko's been using Creason, they switched Ramirez over to him.
Ball underneath. Hall puts it up and in. Tough angle, but got it to go. Back to a 9-point game. Harold with the drive. Can't get it to drop in. Schreiner puts it up and in. 34-23 now the score.
Balko's got to concentrate on getting that ball up, getting their offense set, and just trying to let some clock run to where Goodwell can't spurt out on them.
Hall, backdoor pass to Fowler, lays it up and in. Can't get it to go, but he does draw the foul, and you can see where Regier at the halftime said, here's what we're going to how is we're going to break their press.
Yep.
A lot less dribbling and a lot more passing.
When the other team is a lot faster than you, the thing you definitely don't want to do is put the ball on the floor and try to break that press that way.
Gaucine with his second foul.
I think Fowler's feeling the effects of that fall just a little bit. That free throw came up really short.
He's kind of shaking his shooting arm there a little bit. Makes the second. 10-point game, 6:39 to play here in the third. So Harold back up top to Gaucine.
Balko's running a man-to-man, and sometimes with that, which I was fixing to say, they get Espino cutting, and they're behind him a little bit, and he's drawn I don't know how many fouls. And I think is that 4 on Mason Romju?
Yes, that's 4 on Romju, and to be honest, it looked like that was all ball or maybe the hand on the ball.
He has drawn a lot of fouls today, Espino has.
So Romju has to go out as Cardwell will come in. Long 2, no good. Hall with the rebound. I wouldn't be surprised if Hall's in double figures for rebounds now.
He might be.
Ball across the timeline into the corner to Cardwell. Now back to Fowler. I think he hesitated. Probably should have took that.
He probably should have. That was a pretty clean look, and against this Goodwell defense, you don't get a lot of clean looks.
Well, Smith with the ball now. Calls out the play, Fowler does.
I think if you're Balko, one thing what you really need to start looking for is Hall inside. I mean, he definitely has a size advantage, and when they've gotten the ball down to him, he's drawn fouls.
And he didn't get that one to go, but they did that. Pass over the top, and he'll go to the line as he draws another foul.
I believe he's 4 for 4 from the free throw line as well.
That will be on Abel Espino, his second. First free throw from Hall is up and good. Misses the second. Schreiner with the rebound.
I think I jinxed him.
Spino pass to Harold, puts it up, no good. Rebound underneath by Gaucine, gets it back to Harold. No good, and a foul call. Who is this going to be on? I think it may be on Creason.
That's going to be his third foul
And
as
that
well.
is his third foul. And foul trouble is becoming a real issue for the Bison. Harold misses the first.
And it's not that you want to miss free throws by any stretch as the coach, but Coach Strain, even just getting to the line, is getting a foul drawn on one of these Balko players, which it starts to pay huge dividends when they're having to go to the bench that, as you mentioned, is just not very deep.
Sinks the second free throw, 10-point game again. Ball inbounded to Creason. Fowler across the timeline with it. Gaucine with some makeup defense there as he caught him quickly.
They are not giving Fowler much room to move at all.
Smith with the ball. Back to Fowler. Espino guarding him there. Cuts off the right hand, drives in, draws a foul. That's going to be on Harold. That'll be his second. Team's fourth foul.
Gonzalez
Actually, they'll
is
put him
gonna
up as
check
a third foul. I was off on several of these guys. Harold out, Gonzalez in for the Eagles. So a little bit bigger body in there guarding Hall now.
As the foul count gets up to 4, Goodwell's got to be careful not to pick up fouls. So what we mentioned in the first half, they can rest at that free throw line.
Nice block by Schreiner. Ramirez in the open court. Dives inside, draws the foul, gets it to go. He'll go to the line for the and one.
That's going to be on Creason.
And it will be on Creason. That'll be his fourth. So Romju and Creason both with 4 fouls. And looks like he may get Creason other, but he's going to replace him with Romju, who's got 4 as well. First free throw is, or that and one free throw is good as Romju checks in. He'll actually check in for Cardwell and leave Creason in, and I think Regier says it's now or never. It's 38-25. We've either got to make a run or
they
foul
know,
out trying.
And they know they're fresh out of football. I mean, even staying on the floor, you've got to learn how to play with foul trouble as well. Fowler needs to get it across here.
They barely get across. Oh, Romju open underneath. Can't get it to go in on the lay-in.
And crashing in that time, Creason was pretty fortunate not to pick up number 5 on that one.
And watching Creason as a football player and as a basketball player, that's just his style. He's gonna play rough, and it's gonna be a physical game. Drive by Fowler, tries to dump it off, and an offensive foul called on Fowler.
And that was a pretty good call. He kind of turned his back to the defender and never really saw him there.
Gaucine brings it up. He'll leave it for Espino.
And Balko switched to a zone now. Probably try to protect that foul trouble just a little bit.
Schreiner puts it on the floor. Creason comes away with the loose ball. Balko has to wait for their guards to get off the floor to be able to get it back to him. Hall with it across the midcourt stripe. And Fowler guarded there tightly by Espino. He'll get the screen. Back over to Smith. Back outside, Smith for 3. Off the front of the rim. Hall gets a hand on it. Can't quite save it. I thought he did a fantastic job just getting that first hand on it there.
Excellent hustle play. I think you are starting to see a little bit of a fatigue setting in a little bit for Balko here.
Gonzalez look for the 3. Now Espino dives inside free throw line. Jumper no good. Ball bouncing around. Smith comes away with the loose ball.
But they do continue to fight.
Fowler with it out top again. Romju on the wing. Back around to the opposite side. Leaves it for Creason outside. He'll hand it back off to Fowler. And Espino doesn't give him any room to operate.
And as you've looked at it, that's about the third or fourth kid we've seen on Fowler tonight.
Over the top, nice pass,
Very
nice
nice
touch there by Hall. The two big men hooking up for that basket. 38-27. They keep hanging around.
They do.
Espino with it in the corner, down to Schreiner on the block. Back outside, Galcine for three. In and out. Ball tipped around. Fowler comes away with the rebound.
And now you see Galcine on Fowler. And Espino coming to help.
Greason finds a gap. Baseline jumper, no good. Hall with the rebound, though, has it tapped away by Galcine. Diving attempt there, up ahead to Espino. He'll take it to the hole. A little hesitation in the air, gets it to drop in. Ramju couldn't defend the way he'd like because he has 4 fouls. 40-27, under 2 left in the third. That's going to be a turnover caused by Espino's defense.
Yeah, Ramju thought he had a player there about half court, and he just, when he went to throw, he was not there.
Taylor checks back in for the Eagles. As we mentioned, they just keep running them in.
They do.
Taylor with it on the wing, back to Espino. He wanted that three. He'll leave it for Schreiner. Short jumper, left it short. Ball bounces around. Creason with the rebound, and he's fouled.
It's going to be on Espino. Harold's checking back in for Espino here.
Harold back into the game. That was number 3 on Espino. Team's 5th foul for both of them.
Balko is handling the pressure a lot better in the second half as far as the full court pressure.
Over the top to Hall, gets it, puts it up and in. 40-29.
They're starting to find something with Hall underneath the basket.
Like we mentioned, this was an 11-point game a few seconds into the second quarter, and it looked like Goodwell was ready to roll. Schreiner misses that one. Creason with the rebound.
And it's not that Balko hasn't had chances even here in the second half to cut it even lower than what it is.
Steal by Harold. Gets it to Schreiner, dumps it off to Galcine, waits for the defender to pass and lays it up and in. 42-29, under a minute left here in the third. And Balko should take their time here. Help themselves get to that bench for a minute rest.
They should.
Jumper by Smith, no good. Ramju blocks that after Harold had the rebound. It'll stay with Goodwell. 33.6 left.
At the end of the first, we had a Goodwell spurt. At the end of the second, we had a Balko spurt, and it looks like this one, but Goodwell scored the last 4, I believe.
Taylor on the wing. Now back up top, back to Taylor. Into the corner to Harold. Down low to Gonzalez, can't control it. Able to grab it, though. Back to Harold. Tried to pass it across the lane. Creason comes away with it, and a foul called on the reach. Looks like that'll be on Harold, and that will be his 4th. Team's 6th foul. So the next foul, Balko's going to be in the bonus.
Vance Schreiner is going to check in for Jaden Harold for Goodwell.
That's another freshman.
No, he's a senior.
Or a senior, I'm sorry. Had the wrong information down there. 12 seconds left. Creason with the ball. Up ahead to Smith. Long pass to Fowler. Can't save it from going out of bounds as it touched before. 5.7 seconds left.
And like we mentioned, a lot of those passes like you just saw from Balko, in January, February, they'll be able to complete those passes.
Ball tapped ahead. Three-pointer from Schreiner in the corner. No good. We head to the 4th. It's Goodwell 42, Balko 29.
Do you dread the cold of winter? Then PTCI has the freeze that will warm your heart. Boost your speed, and PTCI will freeze your internet bill at the same price you've already been paying for 6 whole months. If you are a new customer, PTCI will give you a free month of internet, and everyone gets whole home Wi-Fi free for 6 months. Call 800-562-2556 to freeze your bill today.
Some restrictions apply.
other than Tyrone, this is the first team that's got to the fourth quarter here. You know? Well, Adam is tired.
Oh, here we go with the fourth quarter of the Beaver River Invitational Tournament. We could say the first one, or we could say just the first one in about 20, 30 years.
First one in a couple decades.
Balko ball, they trail by 13. Like we said a week ago on Friday, they were playing football, so pretty good to hang with an 8-0 Goodwell team that ranked at 17th is woefully underranked.
Woefully underranked.
Hall with it at the high post. Back outside. Now Fowler with the ball. Not that we've ever seen that with Panhandle teams, woefully underranked. Never.
It tends to happen multiple times every year.
We only see that every single year.
And at the end of the year, everybody says the same thing. Man, we really had the Panhandle underranked.
Creason with the shot in the lane, can't get it to go. Galcine with the rebound, long pass ahead, intercepted by Ramju.
I think Ramju had a few of those in football.
Yes, he did. He was the pick six guy. He had about 3 or 4 of those. Smith down low to Hall, puts it up, draws the foul though on Schreiner.
And one thing that just came to mind there, if you think about the first couple possessions of this game, Fowler got free for that 3 early in the game, and Goodwell has completely taken that away for him. He's not got another open look. Well, he had the one open look that we said he probably should have shot it, but they've not given him any breathing room.
He had an open look for about half a second.
He did.
Hall off the front end. Espino and Ramirez check back in for the Eagles. That's 17 fouls, by the way, on Goodwell. So Balko can get to if they can get to the line, they can get some points with the clock stopped.
Yeah, and
also get themselves a little rest.
All of Balko's team, they weren't even in there to rebound that free throw. They're back here. That transition is from Goodwell. The transition game is really hurting Balko.
Taylor with it in the corner. Now back up top. Back and forth with Taylor and Ramirez. They try to get it into Schreiner. Double team. Still puts it up and in.
Nice move. Strong move.
44-29. Tapped away from behind. Ball loose on the floor. Balko able to keep it. Gonzalez comes away with it though for the Eagles. Espino with the drive, puts up the floater, banks it up, no good. Schreiner on the backside, lays it up and in. 46-29. Hall, not the greatest dribbler, passes it up ahead. Now it's Taylor with the steal there. And Hall, not one of their ball handlers. They don't want that.
No.
Espino gets the shooter's roll on the 3.
Just like that, we're stretched out to 49-29, a 20-point game. That pressure really does start to wear on you.
Now obviously, Goodwell, a very, very good team, but also you can see some of the fatigue of a very, very hard 8 days and getting in basketball shape for Balko is coming into effect.
It is. I think that foul from Taylor, I don't think Coach Strain's going to be real happy about that because it was so far from the basket, and now you're going to put Nathan Smith at the line for 1-on-1 and let him rest.
And you're going to have some of that. It's a little bit of that blood in the water. They're scoring and getting turnovers, and sometimes you get a little too handsy.
You do.
As Smith hits the first. Second one good as well. 49-31, 5.5 left to play here in this championship contest. Like I said, Goodwell, if they can hold on to this lead and win that one, they'll already have two tournament championships this season.
They will, and another tournament coming up over Christmas break, the Groover Holiday Classic, Goodwell boys will be playing in.
That tournament is big time.
It is.
On the girls and boys side.
I believe Groover girls are ranked 1, I think.
Well, they've got one that's, I think, ready to go to Texas Tech. Hall with it, kicks it back outside. Creason in the lane, loses control of it. Timeout on the floor as Jake Regier made sure to get that one real quick. 4:44 to play. It's Goodwell 49, Balko 31.
Dear Santa, I've been a good dad this year.
Dad, what are you doing?
Well, I was asking Santa for a new phone this year.
That's cute. But right now, PTCI can give you $800 off new phones and new unlimited plans.
Really?
Now, get up to $800 off the newest phones for current and new PTCI customers. Call 800-562-2556 today and get yours.
We haven't seen it yet. Of course, I didn't see this until.
Here it is. I've got it. Oh, you were just sending that to me. I'm sorry.
But you were there.
Sorry.
Text that to you.
Oh, yeah.
I sent it.
Oh, you did? Oh, yeah, he got it.
Okay, that works.
So out of the timeout, a ball will belong to Balko. Trailing by 18 with just under 5 to play. Both of these teams undefeated. Balko 3-0. Goodwell 8-0. Pass intercepted by Ramirez. Up ahead to Espino, who lays it up and in and draws the foul. That's going to be 5 on Ramju.
Ty Smith's going to be forced into action here with the 5th foul on Ramju.
So the junior, number 2, Ty Smith, checks in for the first time tonight. Really, like you said, not a bad showing for Balko.
Not at all.
Tough team. And also remembering what they lost from last year, too, as well, as Espino converts the three-point play. 52-31. I mean.
Yeah, this Balko team was made it to the first round of area last year.
Ball knocked away. Hall grabs it. Ball outside. Saved by Smith. Pass intercepted by who else but Espino. Left-handed layup. He's not quite as smooth with the left-handed one as he is with that right.
Not quite.
54-31, but it counts, yes. He's got to be up in the 20-point range.
Yeah, I think
beyond that.
Total at halftime was 17 is what we had.
Well, he's definitely then. Definitely then. Espino will walk it up as we reach the midway point of this fourth quarter. Taylor now. Pass down low to Gonzalez. Faces up, back outside. Espino puts up the jumper, no good. Draws a foul, though.
Not sure if they'll get Hall or Smith on that.
So wait and see. That's going to be Hall. And that is his first of the night. Team 7th, so Goodwell in the bonus the rest of the night. Espino, that might be the first one. Is that the first one he's missed or maybe second?
Might be the first shot he's missed. Goodwell's going to get some subs in. Peyton Langford and Vance Schreiner checking in.
Peyton Langford, a senior, number 13 for the first time tonight. As I mentioned, Vance Schreiner. And we've got a timeout on the floor, I guess. Or maybe it was a substitution issue. Taylor checks back in.
They still only have 4 on the floor, I believe.
They're going to need one more.
Yeah, yeah.
So Strain will call a timeout. 3:46 left to play. 55-31 is the lead for Goodwell.
Do you dread the cold of winter? Then PTCI has the freeze that will warm your heart. Boost your speed, and PTCI will freeze your internet bill at the same price you've already been paying for 6 whole months. If you are a new customer, PTCI will give you a free month of internet, and everyone gets whole home Wi-Fi free for 6 months. Call 800-562-2556 to freeze your bill today.
Some restrictions apply. So also checking into the game is a sophomore, number 34, Cale Collins. Fowler with the ball up top. Started there by Espino over to Smith.
Espino almost got his hands on that one.
Yes, he did. Fowler takes it in and draws the foul. That's going to be on Collins. He got his name in the stat book right away, didn't he? So Fowler goes to the line.
Not for the reason I think Coach Strain would be happy with, but he is in the scorebook.
A couple more subs waiting at the check-in table. As
Carter Brace and Nathaniel Velasquez.
Carter Brace, number 22. Velasquez, number 35. Fowler's second free throw rattles home. 55-32. 3.5 to play. Shot up. No good by Collins. Rebound put back, no good. Smith comes away with the rebound. Bison will walk it up. You know, their colors are maroon and white, and they barely got any of the either of those on there. They got kind of that charcoal looking uniform. 3 by Smith, no good.
Brace with the rebound.
Brace got himself in the stat book as well. Drive to the hoop, ball out of bounds, no call. And coming up limping is Langford, and he looks like he does not feel good.
Let's hope that's a cramp.
Hope it wasn't any kind of, it looked like it maybe handed to the knee. Hope that's not any kind of a dislocation or something.
He's a tough kid.
Checking in will be a sophomore, number 5, Adrian Slaughter. And looks like Balko's going to go ahead and concede as they bring in their subs as well.
The 1 or 2 they had left.
Yeah, you're right. Trent Cates, number 33, a senior in. A freshman, number 20, Levi Milliken. Ty Smith in as well. Also a freshman, number 0, Gentry Parker. He's got the ball right now. Looks like they'll keep Fowler in there. Of course, he's in basketball shape. That's all he's been doing. That boy loves, he's a gym rat. 3 is up by Gentry. No good. Now, Goodwell back the other way. Collins with the shot.
Little unanticipated pressure on that shot.
Yeah, kind of made it look herky-jerky there. Ball will stay with Goodwell. 2:07 to play.
You know, we kind of talked about if Balko was going to be able to withstand and hold that pressure throughout, and they did a pretty good job of it. The foul trouble may have got them more than anything.
Van Schreiner with the 3 attempt, no good. Foul from behind. I believe that's on Brace. Just under 2. They'll walk to the other end since both teams are in the bonus to shoot the 1 and 1. And yes, that was on Brace. That was his first foul. First free throw, can't get it to drop for Milliken.
It will be interesting to see these two teams when they hook up later in the year as well. I mean, once Balko kind of gets some practice under them and really gets going. Goodwell's in real good basketball shape right now, and they're clicking, as you can see from the early part of the season, really well.
Van Schreiner with that rebound. I'll tell you what, they're going to be a tough team to beat no matter what.
They definitely will. And the Panhandle has several of those teams this year.
Collins with the Euro step in the basket. Says, put me in, coach. 57-31 now the score with a minute and a half. Fowler with the drive. A little hook layup. Nice touch on that one. 57-33 now. Race looked at the three. He'll pass it up around the perimeter. Drive, short jumper is up. Too strong. Rebounded on the backside by Milliken. Fowler will walk it up. Gets the screen. Tried to do the give and go, but ball tapped. Long pass ahead. Can't control it. Velasquez could not bring that one under control. Several subs in. Braden Garrison, number 12, into the game. Number 32, Nathan Haynes. And also number 14, Pete Martinez. Check in for the Eagles. Under a minute left in the contest. Goodwell Eagles, like we said earlier, already champions of the High Plains Conference tournament. They're going to add the Beaver River Invitational. Steal by Garrison, lays it up from the left side, right-handed. It's good, gets himself on the score sheet. 59-33, under 30 seconds left. Screen for Fowler. He'll back it out, looking for the screen again. Goes left, back outside to Smith. Now over to Parker, drives, puts up the floater, can't get it to drop in. Ball tapped back outside to Smith. Gets it over to Fowler, 5 seconds left, kicks it to the corner. Parker for three. Can't get it to go, and that is it. The Goodwell Eagles have defeated the Balko Bison 59-33. Balko falls to 3-1. Goodwell now stands at 9-0, and like we said, woefully underrated at 17. I think maybe next week when the rankings come out, they'll hopefully have moved up quite a bit. What do you think?
I don't know. Coaching up here for a while, I mean, sometimes it is hard as a Panhandle team to get higher up in those rankings. Do they deserve to be ranked higher? Probably in the top 10, I would say. But it's really hard to get up there. I think they'll move up a few spots. Tyrone, I think they dropped one game this week, and I believe they were ranked 10th or 13th in that range somewhere, so they might drop a little bit. Downstate, they don't know that Tyrone's missing all those players, but I think they'll move up. They're going to be a hard out in the playoffs.
Here's the trophy presentation as they will first present the second place trophy, the runner-up, to the Balko Bison. Jaden Hall, the senior, will step out and receive that. And Vance Schreiner, the senior for the Goodwell Eagles, will receive the gold ball. As we mentioned, their second tournament championship already in this young season. They'll head to Groover. They're going to play some games over the break. And I don't know how many of you know much about that Groover tournament, but there is a lot of talented teams, bigger schools that come to be a part of that. Plus, just the Groover program, men's and women's, has been fantastic for years.
Yeah, I mean, as a coach, you know, with Goodwell going down to that tournament, one thing you're looking to get out of that is seeing teams that you haven't seen before, obviously, and seeing how your kids react in that atmosphere to, you know, big basketball. Because when you get in the playoffs, you're going to see teams you haven't seen before. You're going to see a lot of talented basketball players, basketball teams. And that'll be interesting to see how Goodwell plays in that tournament and how they come out of that. But either way, it's going to make them a much better team for the playoffs.
Yeah, that first round, we believe the only game we know of is that they play Spearman in the first round. Of course, Spearman is at least 3A, if not a 4A school. Yep. So they're gonna be playing against a much bigger school. But this is a very talented team that needs to play some teams like that. The only other team out of the Oklahoma Panhandle that's in that is Hooker. which of course everybody knows has been very talented recently and still is.
They've had a couple good basketball teams, I think.
They're okay, as they have kind of mowed over a lot of teams out of here.
They've got a coach I think some people have heard of.
Todd's won a couple ball games
Yeah,
over there, hadn't he? And a couple
few.
ball games some other places as well. So, well, folks, from the Duster Dome, Carrie, thank you very much for adding your insight. I've enjoyed it a lot. Congratulations to the Goodwell Eagles, also the Turpin Lady Cardinals on their championship games. So from the Duster Dome in Beaver, Oklahoma, good night.
Do you dread the cold of winter? Then PTCI has the freeze that will warm your heart. Boost your speed, and PTCI will freeze your internet bill at the same price you've already been paying for 6 whole months. If you are a new customer, PTCI will give you a free month of internet, and everyone gets whole home Wi-Fi free for 6 months. Call 800-562-2556 to freeze your bill today.
Some restrictions apply.